Welcome back to the earliest reviews. Today's review is focused on 2022 movie entitled Ditched. And the official synopsis of Ditched is: after a routine prison transfer crashes in the forest, young Intuit paramedic Melina finds herself surrounded by murderers with a mere 100 feet to climb out of a ditch to escape. When they are attacked by an unseen force in the forest, Melina's short journey to safety becomes the ultimate contest of wills. And before I give out my review, please like and subscribe and comment and tell me what I should review next. Ditched as a movie to me was not bad of a movie, as the ending itself was very crazy and bizarre. And yeah, here we go. The performances of the movie to me were pretty good, as I felt like all of the actors gave out a really good performance. But I would say my favorite performance was done by actor Marika Sala as Melina, as the paramedic, or you could say the main protagonist of the movie, as each of the characters were different. And at first, I thought that the protagonists were morally good characters, but as the movie continued to transpire, you see that all of the characters that you would consider to be good characters are pretty horrible or just downright pieces of garbage. But the performances by all of the actors, though, were good for the most part. When it comes with the story, I felt like the story was not bad. I really did like how the movie opens up, which is opening up with the accident already happening, and you just see the aftermath of what happens. And the story itself, to me, it starts off pretty slow, but I would say after the first victim gets killed and everything, that is when things start to build up. That is when things start to get going. As to me, it just gets nothing but crazier there. And you just have people who you would consider to be good people turn out to be pretty horrible people for what they've done, and getting put on a t-shirt in a very, very gruesome ways, to say the least. But the story was not bad to me. There was quite a lot of horror elements that was added into this movie, with how the way many of the people were killed and everything. And I felt like how some of the people were killed off in this movie were pretty crazy in a good way and bizarre. Like, you had someone get killed by rocks, someone get decapitated, chainsaws, shot in the you know what area. Like, the killings for this movie were all crazy and bizarre. And yeah. And what I also really liked about this movie was the color palette, the color scheme of this movie, as most of the movie takes place during at night, and the color scheme with how it looked and everything, with the dark colors, the red, the teal, the blue, the dark yellows, like, the color scheme for this movie to me was really good in my honest opinion. And I would say the first things that I did not like about this movie was that I felt like the first half of this movie was very slow, and that nothing was like really important during the first half of the movie. I would say that after the first victim gets killed and you find out why the villains are doing what they're doing, that's when things start to like build things up. That is when the movie starts to get a lot more interesting to me, in my opinion. And my thoughts on the ending of this movie is that I really didn't see it coming. Like, I was really shocked and surprised. And the credit scenes as well, with showing the aftermath of the ending, was just crazy. Like, I'm not going to say what happens, but it's just really just crazy with how they just decided to keep going with the ending. I thought it was just crazy with how they just decided to show the credits after the ending, and it's still happening while the credits are still rolling. But out of all, I felt like Ditched as a movie was not bad of a movie. If you can get through the first half of the movie with how slow it is, then this movie is pretty interesting, and how I would rate Ditched out of 5 stars. I would probably rate Ditched 3 stars out of 5. So thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.